How's it going, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the podcast right here at Celestia Radio. I am your host, Matthias, as is the usual, joined by the norm, my co-hosts, Dalit and Nat. How you doing, my friends?
G'day, everyone.
Pretty good.
I am glad to hear it, because I still haven't learned a good way to intro into an episode after 20 episodes. So, guys, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, shoot.
Do you like music?
Do you like jazz?
You like
yeah.
jazz?
Come on, let me finish the joke. Man, took all the bluster out of my sails with that one. I was.
Sorry.
I'm not.
That's the question, though. You guys like music? You like jazz?
Yes, I like music. Music's pretty good.
I do like music, and yeah, actually, I happen to like jazz, as a matter of fact.
You like the beeps and the boops?
Oh, okay.
All of the beeps and boos.
I'm pretty sure that's called R&B. That's called R&B, Matt. What do you want
It's just
about?
some people out there, like, that's how they describe music, because they're not musically inclined. It's beeps and boops, right? So, do you like the beeps and the boops?
Yes, yeah, I've heard similar comments.
I've not. That's interesting. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, usually that's
okay.
saved for sound effects.
So, okay, good to know that you like jazz, Dalit. I know that me and Nat are also jazz enjoyers. So I don't know how do we want to start off our chat about music, guys? Because in case you listeners haven't figured out, we're talking about music today. That's right. It's not solely video games around here. We're done.
Well, hold on,
Well.
because let's not joke about where this is inevitably going to end up.
Yeah.
You two shut up and let me have this. You took my joke from me in the intro. Let me at least make the listeners think for a second we're not talking about video games again, okay?
No, we're not talking exclusively about video games. You're right.
No. Okay, we're just not going to talk about Yokoshima Moro.
No, we're definitely going to
we're
talk
not
about
doing
them, Nat.
anything
But
like
we
they're
want to
definitely
make the
coming up.
listeners think
Oh, they're definitely coming
we
up.
weren't.
that.
Jeez. 20 episodes, guys. 20 episodes.
All right,
Come
Horace.
on, you should read the wavelengths of my
Yeah,
mind.
this is the one where we just bury you in the intro. It's amazing.
Yeah, clearly. Because I haven't been bullied enough on this podcast.
I guess we just started this one nice and early.
It's only been 20.
Jeez, am I even going to be alive at the end of this episode?
No, I think we will actually have buried you by the
I
end.
mean,
I mean, if
about
we get into
music.
my music taste, that's probably how this will end up, right?
No. It's such a personal thing, too.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It involves a girl, and yeah.
Wait, what?
What? Nothing.
I'm sorry. You wanna elaborate on that one there, Nat?
Yeah. Speak up, bro.
I'm trying to remember if Matt said... No, I'm pretty sure he said this on a recording where he was talking about his music and then he showed it to a girl and she's like, it's too fucking emo. And he's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I did not understand where we were going.
I did tell you all that story, didn't I?
yeah. And that was my, like, third bullying tactic just now.
Yeah, that wasn't on podcast. That was just us hanging out one time.
Oh, was
Now
it?
it's on podcast now.
Oh, well, sorry.
Yeah,
Spoilers, everyone.
It's on podcast now. So a friend and me, because I'm gonna give our listeners context because it's been brought up now.
Hey. Good reference, Matt.
So a friend and myself were sitting when we were listening to music. She was showing me a song. It was a good song. I don't remember what it was, like the name of it. And then the song that came up next was Fall Out Boy. And I knew it instantly because I know Fall Out Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, okay, heck yeah, Fall Out Boy. And she was like, I didn't know what was coming up next. I'm like, no, it's cool. Fall Out Boy's cool. I listen to Fall Out Boy. And I was like, I'll show you my music sometime and you can judge me on it. And so the next time that I saw her, I pulled up my Spotify playlist and I handed it to her and I said, okay, this is my music taste. Judge me. and she flipped through it and she was just like, okay, It's a little emo. You could do with a little bit more metal. And I was just like, okay, well, you know what? That's fair. This is mostly like music that I like. The playlist was like mostly music I listened to uh, when I like early 2000s, middle school, high school, all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, it was a lot of emo music, I guess. Linkin Park, Breaking Benjamin, Three Doors Down,
Fall
3
Out
Days
Boy.
Grace. Yeah, I guess
God, that is
it,
emo.
yeah, I was just like, you
Yeah.
know what? It's a truth. I accept this as the truth. I didn't argue with it. I knew the truth when I heard it.
Is the truth of it.
No, like I said, I kind of knew it. Uh, it stung a little bit. It was like, oh man, you're right. Yeah, it is. That's who I was. Am question mark. I don't know if am's appropriate, though I still listen to all that music, but that was definitely a younger Matt, that's for sure.
Right.
What would y'all describe y'all's music tastes as then?
Eclectic.
Oh, Dalet's out here with the fancy words.
Yeah. Yeah, there's my $2 word there.
Oh.
No,
This
no,
man
no.
usually failing English on the regular in this cast, and now he's coming out here talking fancy schmancy.
I mean, you're not wrong. I just I happen to have a pretty varied taste. I think it's pretty common to hear people say like, I like everything except for insert genre here,
Oh
aka
god,
what
I'm
usually
being
comes
called
down to,
out.
hey, I like everything except for country, which is entirely true of me. Like, I
Yeah.
don't like folk music a whole lot, and I don't like polka and country, and that's about it.
Yeah. I literally have to +1 on dollar with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of just general rock and roll, a lot of metal, a lot of R&B, some rap,
Mm-hmm.
um, bunch of
Good
different
stuff, good
various
stuff.
versions of orchestral and instrumental music, reggae. But yeah, I like music. It's less of a what genre do you like and which artists do you follow for me, really.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'll tag on. I agree that that's my music taste is I'll
Hmm.
say varied.
Yeah. Except
Because
again,
I
except for
love
country, and I don't care how many songs Beyonce makes. I ain't getting into country. I'm sorry, y'all.
um I I love all kinds of music. I love jazz. I love classical. Like those are all like my go to like background audio musics. Like when I'm working on something, throw on some jazz, throw on
Hmm.
some classical. One of my favorite classical arrangements is Four Seasons. Like
Yep.
I listen to that so much. Um, Unlike these two, I do listen to country because y'all's boys from the south. Let me tell you what, and I grew up on a little bit of that there country.
Can't do it, brother.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. You're on your own for that one.
Oh, I know I'm on my own for that one, but that's just what I grew up with. So I grew up around it. So
Fair, fair.
um, it that
Your boy's a
that
city
that's
boy.
yeah, that's the music of home for me, I guess. Like this was before my time, but like my mom lived in Nashville at one point in her life. Um, like she was born and raised in my hometown, moved and lived in Nashville for some point in her life, uh, and then came back here. So, why she ever came back here, I have no idea. It's because of family. I know the answer to that. So yeah, country music is something that was for me like home. I grew up around it, and uh, I love country music, and I still do, even if I don't really listen to it. I think a lot of newer country music isn't very good. Um, so it's mostly the older stuff that I do listen to. I do know recently my favorite country music artist as a kid growing up uh, passed away. So rest in peace, Toby Keith. Um, that was very sad news for me and my mom because
Hmm.
me and her used to listen to that a lot when I was younger. Yeah, that was sad because he just died like last month, I think.
Oh
So,
shit! Really?
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, it trended.
Damn, that sucks.
Trent.
Yeah, so that was really sad. And like not long before he passed, I even like my mom was showing me a song he sang, like he wrote and sang about like the condition he was in and things he was going through, and it was a really good song. It was really kind of like heart wrenching. So, um, I'm he's not suffering now, but it's still one of those things that's sad to think about. But yeah,
Sure.
the country music to me is very much like home. when I hear country music, even if it's not my cup of tea, it'll make me think of my mom. It'll make me think of growing up around here where I grew up.
Yeah.
So I do like it for that reasons, and every now and then you get a good song out of it. You can find a good song in the rough.
Yeah.
Diamond in the
Country Road. That meme song.
God damn it.
I mean, it's a good song.
Look, at this point, that song is just a meme to me.
Yeah.
Like nothing against John Denver. It's a very nice song. That song's been memed to hell and back for me.
Well, y'all said something else there. Other than he's like, you don't do country. What was the other?
Oh, I named 3 because it's just the 3 offhand that I know if I hear I'm just not gonna have a good time around. It's country, polka, and folk.
What is considered folk music?
I can't quite tell you, but they all kind of sound like the same whiny strained cat. So,
if you can't explain it to me,
I'll know it when because I know it when I hear it.
Yeah, don't challenge Doll on this one. He knows.
It's just one of those things where I'll hear it and I'll go, don't love that. Don't love that.
I'm gonna challenge it, but partially because I can't say for sure if I actually agree or not without being able to say what it is. You're not giving me an idea of what to go off of. I went into that country slang for a joke a minute ago, and now it's like stuck at the back of my throat, and I'm trying really hard not to slip back into it.
So here's the thing: when it comes to folk music, there's folk music as it should be. The traditional cultural music of a place,
right?
And then there's folk music as perpetuated by America, which is a bunch of Americans that don't quite want to be country, but want to sing about country things in a pop way.
Right.
Okay, that sounds egregious.
Because it is. Dolo agrees with me on that.
Yeah,
that sounds a bit rough to listen to.
Because I recognize I need to defend this point, otherwise people are going to say, what? You don't like the music of my culture? Like Indian music and like fucking Armenian music? Like, no. Culturally
that's
rich
what I thought
music.
when you said folk music. I was like, hold on. A lot of that stuff can be really good.
Yeah, and like culturally rich music is really sick, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's still nothing I'm gonna run after, but that's something I can find enjoyment in.
Yeah,
it's the contemporary folk music tag that it's like country songs as sung by pop people. I don't love it. Not a big fan.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, or at least I have one song in mind. I just can't fucking remember who it is.
You're gonna say something like Imogen Heap or something?
No, I'm thinking of like it was kind of like a song parody from like the Dukes of Hazzards.
You've lost me.
Yeah, I've also lost myself because I don't want to say Britney Spears, but it's fucking some blonde chick. Regardless, I think I know what you're on about, but yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like, and polka. I mean, nothing against polka. It's just
I've never even heard of that. To be fair, I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Really? I'm not gonna pretend. I've never heard of polka music. Yeah.
Have you heard of this relative nobody called Weird Al?
Weird Al Yankovic.
That's the guy.
That's the man. He's
The
best.
basis of his music is pop, but also polka.
I guess I like it. I love me some Weird Al.
How do I explain polka? Because I like it's Czech music, and it's very clearly meant for dance. But I wouldn't personally call it dance music as we understand dance music now.
Right.
Like it's just like cultural. It's like Czech cultural festival music.
Okay.
Look, it's really difficult to explain it, but like fucking, I heard so much of it. I'm good.
I'm realizing this.
The Matt's
Also,
third
someone out there is
eyes
going to
all
hate
opening.
that my basis for explaining what polka is Weird Al. And you know what?
Oh, yeah,
Fair.
absolutely.
I don't blame you, because he's perhaps not the best representation of the music.
Okay, I thought of this because you brought up Weird Al. And I don't know why this is where my brain associates Weird Al. Have you heard of something called Crazy Frog?
Called
Yes.
Crazy what now?
Frog.
Crazy Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Mm-hmm. As you should, with
Yep.
how old you are.
Opinions on Crazy
My God.
Frog.
Why you gotta hurt me like that?
It was funny for like the first couple of times, and then when it's on the radio all the fucking time, it gets really fucking annoying.
Wait, that was on the radio? That wasn't just like an ad
Oh, yeah.
campaign
in Australia,
song?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Oh,
Mhm.
goodness, no. No. No, it's literally a meme song. What?
It is a meme song that's popular. Just like Nyan Cat. God, I wish Nyan Cat was on radio.
That shouldn't be
would
on the
so
radio
funny.
either.
Oh, it's not, but it should have been, because it would have been funny as fuck.
Can you imagine?
Yeah,
People lost their damn minds.
Exactly.
It's like going out to some place that isn't a convention and hearing fucking what was the meme song? Carmel Dancing?
Yeah, Camel Dance.
Yeah. Ooh. No, there are some places where it's only appropriate in that place and nowhere else.
Yeah. No, you're right on that. You're right.
Maybe.
You mean maybe?
Matt's like, yeah,
Oh no, Matt! I swear to
God.
God, if I hear that you were out walking around in the street blasting Carmel Dancing, I'm gonna judge you aggressively.
No, I never did anything like that. No, I never did anything like that.
Sure,
But
Matt.
it's just, I don't know. I mean, I would listen to strange music in strange locations sometimes.
Of course you would. Do you also play Silent Hill 2 music at 3 a.m. while walking down the fucking streets?
Heck yes.
Yeah, of course you do.
You know how badly that would mess with people? Of course I do. But I'm a terror of a human being. If I think someone's gonna mess with somebody, you best believe I'm gonna be messing with somebody.
Oh, fucking hell.
The polka music. For some reason when I hear Weird Al, my brain goes to Crazy Frog, as well.
Why?
It's like I don't know why it associates the two. Maybe because I discovered them both at the same time or something. I don't know.
Okay, Pavlovian effect.
But yeah, so I'm just they come up together. I enjoyed both of those.
I mean, yeah, sure. Your tastes are valid, I guess. I think.
I told you my tastes are varied. I'm not just some emo punk.
He is one, but he's not just some.
I was waiting for the bots, but it didn't come. So
No, Dollett's right. I am one, but not just.
Right.
the just is doing a lot of work there.
Yeah.
So okay, that's the music you can't handle.
I'm not a big fan.
Nat,
of it,
you
no.
said yours was this. Yours was
Well,
the same.
Same, but I'm gonna add one more, and that's fucking K-pop. I cannot stand K-pop. It is grating to my ears.
Hold on, because I have to ask, because I don't have the same issue with it. What about K-pop is irritating to you? Is it the language or is it the music? Because I got some bad news.
Okay, that sounds racist as all hell.
Well, so you'll understand why I phrased it that way in a
yes,
bit.
I do.
But yeah, I do need you to answer the question first.
The question: are you a racist?
You feeling particularly Australian today?
Can I be Australian today?
No.
So first off, it is not the language. Okay, I just want to make that clear. Just because they speak a different language doesn't mean they're weird or awful. Okay. No, it's the. It's definitely like a combination of the beat itself and then just how like everything is all. I know it's gonna sound really weird, but structured and fake it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously, music there is structure to it, whether it's dancing or the actual song itself, right? But like,
Yeah.
just it's like I don't know. I just cannot stand it, and it also doesn't help the fact that I somewhat have an idea as to what goes on behind the scenes with how the talents are treated, and the fan base is also fucking insufferable as all shit.
Okay, I will grant you that last one. I wasn't on your side
that
yet.
one you're not going to get arguments on.
But yeah, you won me over that last bit. Tell you what.
Thank you. But yeah, like it's just not my kind of music, and people probably be like, "Oh, what about J-pop?" It's like,
see, yep, because this is the question I'm gonna ask. What is your thought on American pop music and J-pop?
They're not my go-to, but I can actually somewhat listen to them. I think when it comes to American pop, it is a little bit easier for me because English is my first language.
Right.
Yes, exactly right. Despite me following my words for the last 10 seconds there. J-pop, I think it's mostly because
English is 3 languages in a trench coat, man.
it truly is. It truly is. J-pop, I think, is a little bit easier for me, and that's because I grew up with anime and all that. And you know that might not mean much because when Japanese anime gets imported over to here in Australia and probably in America as well, it's usually the English dub, and they usually have like an English opening, right?
Less
sometimes
so nowadays, I think, but definitely
Nowadays they don't do that as much.
Yeah, no, but
Nowadays,
like
not
I'm
as
talking
much.
about like
They
back in the
did.
day.
Yeah,
So
no,
they
for
used to
sure.
do that a lot.
Yeah, but like but obviously there'll be some anime where they just don't have an English opening, and you're like, oh, okay, this is a different language. What's going on? Like as a kid, you're like, what the fuck is going on, right? But then you eventually just get used to. If you're watching anime, you're most likely gonna have a Japanese opening, and that's usually the openings are generally like high in terms of like what you call like not high impact but like high
They're high energy.
yeah, high energy, thank you.
Sure.
And then yeah, like it's more high energy, so I think I'm more fine with J-pop and American pop because I'm more used to them, especially since I was a kid. Now if I did listen to K-pop when I was much younger, I probably wouldn't have a problem with. I mean, I would still have problems with it because, again, what people do to the talents is fucking cruel. But the actual music itself, I probably would have, be fine with it.
Okay, cool. I'm happy you said that because I was my whole rebuttal was, what if I told you K-pop is just J-pop but in Korean, and
Yeah,
it's
I know.
just pop it's just Western pop but in Korean.
Yeah.
Right down to the structure.
Yeah, no, trust me. I there's really no difference other than obviously the language itself, but like, yeah, just personal preference Because
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
yep.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so we good, I guess. We good, I guess. I mean, because I like K-pop. I don't really listen to it too much, but I mean, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I have this thing. This might just be me, so you guys tell me.
I can't wait to call out Matt too. This is gonna be grand.
Wait, what?
Y'all 100% will tell me. I know y'all will.
Okay.
Especially after how this episode started. I have this thing where I think most music sounds better if it's not in English.
Ooh.
Yeah, hard disagree actually. What?
Yeah.
I think music in other languages sounds better. Not necessarily the same song in a different language. I just like music in different languages generally more than I like English.
All right, we're talking to a fucking weeaboo here.
Oh, interesting.
No, because my
I'm assuming it goes
favorite
past
isn't Japanese.
Yeah.
My favorite isn't Japanese. My favorite is Spanish. I love to listen to music in Spanish.
Sing Tequila for us right now, Matt.
I ain't singing crap for you. Did you hear how grating my voice is?
But no,
if you want singing from Matt, go find the VOD of your Skull and Bone stream. I was singing sea shanties in the background.
Yeah, fucking
That's
sea
the
shanties
closest
are great.
any of you will ever get. No, because I don't know. I just have this thing where I think music not necessarily is better. I don't think it's better. I think something about it just the language sounds more musical. So I just like the way music sounds with foreign languages more like than I do with English.
I can understand that. Like there are just there are languages I feel like are better situated to be musical. I don't think English lends itself the best to that.
But it's more varied. So
But yeah, I don't know that I necessarily just like on principle agree though. Like I never thought about that really hard.
Mm.
And you know what, with me being an English speaker, I was going to say primarily, but entirely, it's the only language I speak, and that's pushing it.
Yeah.
Any other language I hear is usually just I'm less there for the song, and more there just for the instrumentation. Or if I am there for the song, I'm just using the voices as another instrument and less of lyrics.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I listen to a lot of music for the instrumentation, for the actual like music element of it, I guess you could say, or instrumental, whatever. A lot of music I love. I mean, like I said, I love classical music. I love jazz. I love a lot of those music that aren't always with like vocals to it. So
sure,
those are actually some of my favorite musics. It's one reason I really like electronic music and stuff because it's there's no singing to it. It's just the music aspect of it. The instrumental's kind of weird to use when talking about electronic, but you get what I mean.
Yes.
So
I understand.
Hey, look, synths can be instruments. Matter of fact, they very much are. I am definitely down with that idea.
All right, well there you go. Fine. I mean, then the instruments of it. Now that being said, like my joy or enjoyment of like I guess foreign music being very I feel kind of weird saying it like that, but it being what it is, I don't actually listen to many like foreign artists or anything like that.
Right.
I just know every now and then I'll come across a really popular song by somebody really popular that is, foreign. I listen to my anime openings and endings like every weeb out there, right?
Yep.
But it's not like I save a playlist for them that I go and listen to. But I like them. I don't mind listening to them. With the boom of VTubers and VTubers covering a lot of Japanese music, especially like with Hololive and stuff, I've been able to enjoy and listen to a lot of more Japanese music that way. A streamer I enjoy that I don't know if you two watch, but I do know y'all know of him. He started doing his own radio station thing, and he does a lot of city pop music.
Sly, my man.
Yeah.
Like that's, I'll be honest, that is my Japanese weakness. I like J-pop, J-rock, whatever. They're all good. I fucking love city pop. There is no more nostalgic sound than the sounds of 80s Japanese city pop. A time that I did not live in a location that I have never been to.
Yep.
It
Very
yeah,
nostalgic.
and Sly's radio station for city pop was my introduction to city pop. I'd never listened to it before. I had heard it,
Oh shit,
but I'd
really?
never really known what it was or listened to it. Um, because I was never good about like going and looking for music, right?
Right.
A lot of the music I listened to, a lot of it was introduced to me by some way, shape, or form. Like a friend. When I did like start listening to music like on YouTube and stuff, that also recommended, but that keeps you in the same like genre, so you kind of find the same thing that way. So that doesn't really let you branch out, so to speak. So yeah, I love city pop. But yeah, like I love these genres of music, but I don't know many artists. I don't know many songs, so I don't really have like a saved favorite list of them. But I just know that I really enjoy it because whenever something um comes up or I'm listening to something and they're singing in a different language, I really enjoy it. Like I I know whenever I used to listen to a Pitbull song and whenever he started, he get into the Spanish sections, I was like, yeah, I get really
Mr.
excited.
Worldwide.
I love those moments.
I don't particularly like Pitbull or his music. Or that's not true. I actually I don't mind like his beats and stuff. I just don't, something about that guy that does not jive with me musically.
He was the first person I could think of. Santana is another one because I know,
Santana is my jam. Fucking love Carlos
yeah,
Santana.
yeah, I love Santana. I don't know the reason Pitbull came to my mind first is because there's an advertisement on one of my monitors for hip hop something, and so it's just like hip hop music, Pitbull. That's where my brain went.
Damn, you might have just offended more people saying that than anything else so far.
Possibly, but I mean it's similar genre. I don't know what genre you would classify it as, but I know that's the closest
I have
That's
no
also
idea.
another thing, right? It's like everyone's like, oh no no no, this artist is actually this genre. It's like, bro, if it sounds like rock and it looks like rock, it's probably fucking rock, mate. Who cares about the subgenres?
A lot of people actually.
I know. It's yeah.
Especially for something like rock and roll, the subgenres actually matter quite a bit because that's how you get punk, that's how you get metal, that's how you get operatic metal specifically,
So you get
which is my
industrial.
favorite version of it.
Yeah, industrial as well. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Right, just so.
I, I'm kind of weird when it comes to music. I like pretty much everything. I've listened to. I've already said like I've listened to Toby Keith. I've listened to city pop. I've listened to K-pop. I've listened to. I mean, I've listened to Lil Wayne. To I don't know, name any other like musician out there. I've listened to like every genre, every music, and I find something that I like in all of it for the
Coolio.
most part. Yeah, um, Flow Rida. I loved him just simply because of his name. Same with Ludacris. Their names just, are just like
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough, fair enough, fair
Yeah,
enough.
you can say their names are ludicrous.
I, I will banish the. Oh
I
my
do want you to know
goodness.
it really annoyed me whenever I came up to somebody in like middle school or high school and I used the word ludicrous because I used that word like non ironically. Like I would use that word and I would have some people be like the singer. I'm like no, the word
Dude, people
that
people
bugged
are
me a little bit.
actually just stupid.
Yeah, fucking
I
hell.
get
Like,
it. Like it's not a
Preach
word you hear very often. So
wait, but
uh
it is though. That's why he used
yeah,
it. Because it's a
I guess not
common
around
English
here.
word.
I guess not around here. I never heard it too much around here. I heard it from like older people around me and because I read a lot. But I don't think outside of like, like my family and like extended family and things like that, I didn't hear it too much. Maybe it was used more commonly. I just never heard it. I don't know, but I,
I mean,
I was never too harsh on them for not knowing the word because I just like maybe maybe it's not commonly used. I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm just too nice and maybe they were just dumb. I don't know.
Which is, in my opinion, the more likely scenario.
Yeah, I agree with
I've
that.
been told I'm too nice more than once. But where was I going with this? Oh, right. Like I've listened to like every genre of music, and I can usually
Every
find
genre?
something. Probably every genre.
Okay. Bold claim.
You want to try and find one I haven't listened to? Throw
You're not
something
going to
at
back
me?
yourself
That
up there, Matt? You're
requires-
just going to call him out and then he says yes and you're just okay with it?
I'm just gonna. That requires effort. I want to do that. I could.
Do you want to do the
try.
work for him? Do you want to try and name something?
No, because I genuinely believe. Look, here's how I'll bring us back on course. I believe that that's mostly true of you because we play video games, and because of how diverse
I mean, yes.
video game soundtracks end up being.
Yes, but so where I was going with that is I've listened to pretty much every genre, and I can usually find something I like in every genre. But when I was younger and growing up, I never really considered myself much of a music person. Didn't like I if you asked me did I like music, I would have probably told you I didn't like music. But as
Right.
I've gotten older, I realize what was I talking about because I've always listened to music. I've always enjoyed music, and I've come to realize that I enjoy it a lot more now. Um than I did back then. And maybe I
Mhm.
really didn't like it much back then and I just listened to it. But I know now I'm very much a fan of music and I used to say I'd never notice music in video games. And that's true. I would never notice the music in video games. It wasn't until I started playing Final Fantasy 14 and I ended up with these amazing soundtracks that I started paying attention to the music in video games.
That's crazy to me that
is.
your like perception kicked on that recently.
Yeah.
Like that is genuinely
it's
very
not
surprising to me.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't hear it, right? Like I knew it was there.
No, sure, of course.
But it never registered.
yeah, but you
I
weren't
could never tell
actively
you-
listening for it.
Right. Now
Yeah.
like now I could tell you the most common like themes or whatever. Like from Ocarina of Time, what is it? Was it the Song of Time? The one
Yeah.
that you had to play like 1,000 times in the game?
Oh, but that's probably actually Zelda's Lullaby.
Or is that there you go, that one. I could probably tell you like the really, really common ones like that because
Sure.
because they were just so often that they became distinct.
Right.
But yeah, no, I probably couldn't place a lot of things that I heard in games growing up.
Interesting.
In fact, I'll do you one to prove this point to you. There's a song that I'm quite a fan of that you both have probably heard of by a band called Breaking Benjamin.
I know the song.
Diary.
There's
of
a
Cain.
song.
You genuinely don't even
That-
need to say more than that, and I know the song.
I heard this song for what I thought was the first time, and I'm like, yo, this song is amazing. That song is Blow Me Away.
Yep, sure is.
I heard this song for the first time, and I'm like, man, this song is amazing. I went to my brother, and as you guys know, and I think I've mentioned on cast before, my brother's who I played Halo with growing up. I went to my brother, and I was like, hey, I found this really cool song. And I played it for him, and he's like, Matt, what are you talking about? What do you mean you found this song? I'm like, I found this song. It's really good. And he's like, Matt, this is from Halo. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean this is from Halo? This is Halo
Yep.
3's out at this point, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean this is from Halo? And we went into the mission, and he's like, listen. And I'm like, oh my God, it's in Halo. That's the level of it, right? I didn't notice what was in the background. maybe like I don't know, maybe I just wasn't really good at taking all of these things in at once when I was younger.
Maybe.
Or maybe I just hyper focused on the things that really stood out to me, which was the storytelling and like gameplay element.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot to choose from. There's a lot to be engrossed by.
And so maybe the music kind of got pushed to the side, but yeah, it was. I used to say I wasn't a music person, and I think that may or may not have been true to some extent, but older me is going to call younger me very dumb for ever saying that because yeah, I love music, and I love a lot of music.
Yeah, I think in general everyone is a music person, but when you say that, when you say that you're a music person, people tend to think like, oh, you play music, you understand music, you have like this wide acceptance of music. No, sometimes you're very, very specific as to what you like, but you really like that. It makes you comfortable. Everyone has a piece of music that makes them feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, I want to make it very clear to our listeners and to my two friends here.
Oh, yeah? What's up?
Your boy can't sing to save his life.
Fair.
Oh my god, Matt. Just sing.
I've had a few people try to tell me otherwise, and if you are listening, I love you. Thank you for lying to me. It's okay. You don't have to lie to me. I can't sing. I get it.
Just use your diaphragm and have breath
No,
control,
it's no.
Matt.
Fuck that, Matthew. You're fucking valid. I can't sing either. I know how to, but I cannot produce the notes in a way that I find pleasant. And let me tell you, I like listening to my voice. So,
most of us like listening to your voice. To be fair,
it's soft.
I can sing. Is not going to sound very good.
Exactly. There's a difference there. And if you don't enjoy the way it sounds like, then you say the most logical thing. I can't sing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have not an ounce, not an iota of musical talent in my body.
That, however, can be taught.
Exactly.
And it can be taught
I have
for
tried
like
to
20
learn.
bucks.
Oh shit! Really?
I've tried to learn how to play musical instruments more times in my life than I can count, and I have failed every time. My brain doesn't do sheet music. It doesn't do notes.
No,
forget all of that. I can't keep a beat. I can't follow a tune. I have no musical talent.
I genuinely believe if you get a cheap $20 keyboard, like the little 1 to 1.5 octave keyboards, you can learn to play music. I went from not being able to play, despite having played an instrument before, not being able to do like music theory and such, to I passed that class in like a month. So that can be taught.
I mean, I had piano teachers and other instrument teachers attempt to teach me to know.
Do they teach you how to play Furlies?
I don't think I know what that is. I know what that is.
Yeah, there we go.
I can't remember. Is it Beethoven or is it what's the other one?
You're gonna be okay there?
Bach?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to.
It's Beethoven. It's Beethoven.
Oh, okay, it is Beethoven.
So you could be thinking of Beethoven. You could be thinking of Bach. You could be thinking of Mozart.
Mozart. That was who I was thinking of.
No,
yeah. It's between
Beethoven.
those two. But yeah.
Okay. I mean, she tried to teach me something.
I also had someone try to teach me an instrument like the classical. No, it took me like 20 minutes to understand music theory from a fucking video on YouTube.
Right.
I've watched videos. It makes no sense to me. I can't.
I promise you, if I send you this one, you'll get it. No, you won't be making fucking Shimamura level masterpieces to be true, but you'll understand the octave and the how to work your way up and down it.
I'm going to disagree with you on principle of I just don't think so.
Man,
I love you, my dude, and I have the utmost confidence and trust in you. I don't think so.
Oh,
Well,
Now
maybe
I
next
will
time.
say I will say, like, in my defense, when I tried to learn how to play guitar, my guitar teacher, good guitarist, don't know that he was a great teacher.
Oh, man, I don't even
I,
like guitar for a first instrument, though.
that wasn't my first instrument.
Okay, I genuinely think the first thing that anyone should ever learn is the piano.
Mine was some type of wind instrument. I don't remember what.
It's the recorder, because it's
Hell
always
yeah,
the
brother.
recorder. It's what they try to teach you in every public school, because they can
Hot
buy
cross
10 billion of
buns.
them for
Hot
like
cross
25
buns.
cents.
Exactly.
Okay, probably that then.
Yeah.
Then it was piano. Was after piano. Then it was the guitar. I think there was one more after guitar, and it didn't work either.
Did you do drums, snare, bass?
Yo,
Might have
if
been
you say
drums.
you can't play drums, I respect that. You have to be some kind of fucking octopus with a brain in each of your different limbs. Like, I can't keep rhythm if, like, my hands and my feet are doing 3 different things. It's not possible.
Look here, I'll tell you this about what you were saying, that it's possible for me to learn, and even though I don't agree, I hope you're right, even if I don't agree, because let me tell you, your friend wants to know how to play a violin so bad. If there's ever an instrument that I wish I knew how to play, it was a violin.
Ah, you will be a fiddler yet.
I don't know why, but I just love the violin, and
I also like the
love
violin,
listening to
that's
the
fair.
violin.
Violin.
Love to be able to play one.
Violin is a great instrument. It's a very strong instrument.
I like violin. I'd like to learn how to play the cello, but I would never do that. Not because of anything wrong with the cello. Well, no, with one thing that's wrong with the cello. That's too big. I don't
It
know where
is
I'd keep
fucking
it.
huge.
I don't know how I would move it around, and they've got to be terrifyingly expensive.
Yeah.
My brother, when we were in high school, he played the stand-up bass, and he actually got a scholarship into college off of it. He's very,
Nice.
very musically talented. But yeah, he used to have to lug this giant thing around, and I'd be sitting out in the parking lot outside of school waiting for him to get there to his truck, like sitting in the back of mine, or sitting on the hood of my car, whatever vehicle I had at the time, and he'd lug this thing up and throw it in the back of his truck, and he just looked so tired, and I'm like, "You good?"
Yeah, I bet.
I believe
He's like,
it.
I hate.
Yeah.
He's like, I hate carrying that thing around.
What is like a bass?
He's like, I love the instrument.
A bass is like 6 feet tall.
Well, my brother is like 6'6".
Well, no, but my point is that's a lot of bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the cello,
quite that
which
tall at
I
that time.
think is just too big, is still only like 4 foot and very hollow. Like I could swing that around if I absolutely had to. A bass is unwieldy. It's unwieldily big.
You know, I've mentioned him. I think when we did movies, when we did an episode on movies here, and I've mentioned him now in music, and with both of these, I'm like, I should bring him on next time we talk about either of these things, because he loves movies, and man, does he love music, and I think he would love to chat about these kind of things with us. So hey bro, I know you're listening. I hope you're listening. Please support your brother. Please be one of our few listeners. Text me when you hear this.
Uh-oh. You just got your brother into a
you.
whole lot of trouble when he doesn't.
No, it's
How come you never
fine.
texted me? Did you not watch? You don't watch.
It's fine. It's fine. To be fair, I only know for a fact one of our listeners. All the others, I don't know. They have not told me that they listen. I have one listener that I know.
Love you, she.
So, hey, to the rest of you out there, whether I know you or not, thank you. If I do know you, thank you. If I don't know you, thank you. I guess I know you because you're my listener. You know me, that's for sure. You've heard me ramble enough. Anyways, I don't remember where I was going with things. I got distracted by the listener bit. I have
So music,
my brain's so many ways,
you like
and that's why I can't
jazz?
do music. That's why I can't do music. Right there, my brain can't focus on it.
I reckon if you are patient with it and you put enough time into it, you could do music in some form or capacity.
It just takes enough repetition.
Mm-hmm,
Okay,
exactly.
so let me turn this on you guys. Can either of you guys play an instrument?
Nope.
Yes and no. I grew up playing the steel pan.
Oh.
Playing multiple steel instruments, but I couldn't do it now. And the way that I was taught was horrifically inefficient for actually learning music. We essentially just memorized the song. We didn't actually learn the theory.
Oh.
So because of that, like, yeah, I could play at the time. I play in perfect rhythm, perfect time with everyone else. But I couldn't do it now because it's been 25 years. God.
Oh,
I didn't enjoy saying that.
man.
But yeah, I
Even
played the
aged a bit.
tenor, the double tenor, and the double second. My sister played the cello and the bass.
I
Mhm.
forget you have a sister every time. Every time you mention her, I'm just like, I forget you have a sister, and every time you mention her, I'm just like whiplash. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, I'm not a. Yeah, I have a family. Holy crap!
I know you have a family. Dang it!
I don't bring up my relatives often. But yeah, we played
Listen, I've
that.
heard you mention all of your family members so many times, except your sister. I feel like
Yeah,
it catches me off guard.
everyone. Well, not everyone. But all of the children played instrument. My sister, my brother. We all played in the steel drum orchestra, and it was great. It was great fun. But then I grew up, and I learned how to strum on a guitar for a bit. But again, someone just taught me finger position. So again, no actual theory. I couldn't tell you anything that I learned then now. And
Right.
just a few years ago, when I went back through uni for my engineering, I had to take a bunch of music theory courses, which I fucking hated. I went to college for sound post production. I was taught exclusively through music. It's so frustrating.
Ooh.
I mean, that's like the biggest part of sound stuff and things, isn't it? Because like everything has like music in the background, just about it.
Your logic is not wrong, but it's also super not helpful for anything that isn't music.
Right.
Now that's very fair. That's very fair.
But yeah, so I can now play the piano, but unlike all those times before, I can strictly play it in theory. I now know where the notes are, and I know what sounds good in theory. But I I don't actually play music, and I can't read music yet at all. So
I think reading music is its own beast.
reading music,
I mean-
well, music is a language. That should genuinely count as reading a second language.
Bro just stole my answer, but yes, music is another language, so you know.
Well, thank you, but if I'm gonna learn another language, I got about 4 that are on the
Yeah,
docket.
yeah, the top one's fucking Japanese. We know you goddamn weeaboo.
Yeah, you dang straight. I want to go to Japan, and you know what? I want to go to all of Japan, even the backwoods parts. And you
Hell
don't have a
yeah.
lot of English speaking around
Let's
there.
go to Hokkaido.
Heck yes,
Fuck yeah.
I'm all here for it. I have so many like
Let's go
trips
snowboarding.
planned out
Hokkaido.
and routed through Japan.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But yes, music is another language, and yeah, you're gonna put as much time and effort as learning music as if you were doing another language. So yeah.
so
That doesn't answer the question, though, Nat. Do
Oh.
you play?
Do I play? No, I do
Hmm.
not. I have done recorder and keyboard.
That's fair. I've also done record.
recorder, keyboard, and drums. I want to say I've done drums before. I've never done any. Never done any other wind or percussion instruments. Yeah, no, I was like, maybe I've done flute, but no, I don't think I've done flute. But yeah, no, most of my music stuff is actually using my voice. I used to scream and growl when I was younger, but then
Sure.
I was in
found out.
choir when I was a kid.
Oh, ew, choir. Ugh.
I mean, choir was forced at one of the schools I went to, so yeah, fair.
Yeah. But then I found out that the way I was doing things was very fucking wrong, and you should not do. And
Congratulations!
then
In
I
2 years,
stopped.
you're gonna cough up blood.
Exactly. That's why I stopped. For those who don't know, if you try to sing with an asterisk through like just your vocal cords, it's gonna damage them. You're supposed to sing, scream, growl, whatever, through diaphragm and breath control and all that shit. So you don't, just damage your fucking head.
As
It's
with
just that
all
simple.
things, if you force it and it hurts, you're doing something
Something
wrong.
exactly. So yeah, I stopped. But yeah, those are my little experiences. But no, I don't have an instrument or a main instrument. That being said, though, if I did pick something up, it would be electric guitar. Mostly because I would rather prefer drums, but I have no space in my house whatsoever to store a fucking drum set. So
Holy crap! Yeah, and they require so much space. Even just the electronic drum kits take up so much
mhm.
room.
Yeah, I just
Mm-hmm.
have no space. So it would be
God forbid you get
something.
an acoustic set.
Yeah, fucking oath. But yeah,
Sounds so good though.
It
oh
does.
yeah, it
Well,
does
depends on
absolutely.
your room, but it would, in theory, sound amazing. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, little amp, little electric guitar. No, would like to strum away, but don't have that. As for the moment,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So circling back from playing music to like listening to music, uh what are your favorite genres or genre? What is your favorite genre or genres, I guess?
oh man, I'm very I have to be in the mood. I think my go to is just metal.
Metal is that one genre, and I mentioned it earlier when talking about my friend reviewing my Spotify playlist. Could use a little bit more metal, and I can. And there are some metal songs that I like. Metal has always been that one genre that I've never really taken to. I feel like I have in some way taken to most genres in some shape or form, but metal's the one that never super clicked
I
with
don't
me.
know if I want to say it's the hardest genre to get in because it does involve screaming and growling, and half of the time, if not 90% of the time, you have no idea what the fuck the singer is actually saying, right? But I don't know. It's not just the lyrics portion of metal, it's also like the instrument, the beats, all that shit just coming together, and it's just like it just feels good, right?
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't like metal in the sense of like the growly, like heavy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
may I suggest operatic because I'm a big fan of that. For instance, what else do they call it? It's not always called opera. I think sometimes it's just called power or
Power
symphonic.
ballad. Oh, symphonic, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are the two like I
Symphonic metal,
look?
yeah.
I will recommend you. I will recommend to you, Camelot live from Oslo. It is my favorite. It's my favorite metal album.
Okay.
Shoot me a link after cast.
I will. Because I also like it, but again, I like the the more fantasy orchestral inspired section of metal. I'm not as big
Right.
on the just the
You
guitar, the guitar, the drum, and the power of the singer.
right.
I like all the fancy stuff.
You would like Bravely Default's OST.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely do.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah, no,
symphonic
you're
metal.
just correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great game. But I mean that's what that's a OST coming out of
Yeah,
a
but
game.
like
Man's not wrong.
he's not wrong,
I
but
mean,
like it still falls under that. But yeah, it's not like an actual. I don't want to say an actual person making it because it's also still, you know what I mean. Like there's a difference between a video game music composer composing music and then a band composing music.
Well, yeah, because it gets down to what's necessary to fulfill the role, right? Like a band's going
Exactly.
to be doing it because it's it needs to be popular. It needs to be popular music, not necessarily pop music,
Yeah,
because they're
yeah,
selling it to you. Whereas music for a game just needs to work for the game, and you can
yeah,
also end up fucking loving it.
yeah. It's yeah, exactly right.
But yeah, I God, what do I do? What do I listen to when I'm just like chilling? I've been listening to a bunch of Polyphia.
Yeah, like what's your default?
So it's going to either be like orchestral rock or it's going to be like laid back R&B.
Okay,
Like a lot of my music is all about being chill,
right.
which probably not the most true about metal cuz how chill can you be in a metal song? But even
Well,
in that
it
genre.
depends on the song, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
Well
understand
yeah,
yeah.
what
but
you're saying.
even in that genre, I like the more chill side of it.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Matt? What's your
Mhm.
default?
So depends on one of two things. Because I guess my default is my emo rock.
Right.
Too right.
Is that same playlist I mentioned at the top of the episode. I'll just go to that. I'll click play, and it'll go through those songs.
Right.
Um, I can elaborate on what that is a bit in a second, but like the other option is if I'm writing or I'm working on something that doesn't require me to like listen to it, so to speak.
Right, well that gets different.
Um,
That's fair.
yeah. And it's some form of like background music, right?
Mhm.
For that, I'm going. My default will usually be like jazz music, some kind of like nice, soft, like.
Dude,
Uh,
you can say the Persona soundtrack because it's true for me as
I
well.
mean, yeah. Persona nailed it, right?
Like
Persona
that is
nailed
that is
it.
my go-to. I
Yeah.
need to focus, but I want something nice in the background.
Like,
Personas
what?
3, 4, and 5 have like such great music for that.
Mhm.
I want to call it like coffee house jazz.
Yeah,
Um,
that's like the
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
perfect
like
way to say
that.
it.
That's my
Like
like
chill
first
vibes to do
choice.
homework too.
Yo, Lofi girl, Lo-fi girl. What's supposed to be?
I
I just
really
call it
like
Lofi.
lo-fi. I don't call that a genre. That
Oh,
is
really?
a way to mix pre-established music.
Um, I
Hmm.
know it's lo-fi girl, but I just like saying Lofi girl
I mean,
for
it's
context in
fine.
there.
It's fine.
Yeah, but I do love lo-fi. Yes, love lo-fi. But yeah,
Yes.
no, it's that jazz is my first choice. Um, followed very closely by classical. Like I will throw some kind of classical on in the background. I remember when we were out in Vegas for FanFest that one year. The one night we like all split up early for whatever reason. I think it's because it was the early rise the next morning or whatever.
Might have been.
Uh, I remember sitting in like because it was still way too early for me to be able to sleep. I remember like at that I was because my room had like the couch right next to the window, so I was sitting in the couch looking out the window. Had a great view of the city, and I just had like the TV like didn't work to watch TV, but you could still go to the music channels that just play music.
Sure.
Threw on some classical music there, had a drink, and I was just sitting there on my couch looking out over the city, and I was like that was like one of the most like at peace moments I can ever think of because it was just so nice sitting there listening to the music. I felt many grades above my actual station to say the least as well. I was drinking like I don't remember what I was drinking. It was like a soda or something, but I felt very blue blood right then. I was just like, man, is this what it feels like?
God damn.
Yeah, so that's my second choice is I'll go for that jazz, that lo-fi, or the classical, something that's just not so much like singing music, but just really calming, really good vibes that like I just loved having in the background to for peace of mind, keep try and clear my mind, focus my mind, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is very common when I'm writing, uh, when I'm reading, or just like doing any kind of work or anything that doesn't require me to listen to something. Um, yeah, but my default I think would be that rock and stuff I mentioned on that
Sure.
playlist. I actually
Pop
went and
rock.
pulled up the playlist, uh,
Yeah,
like to just
I saw it.
yeah, just to read a few of the bands. I got Three Doors Down. I got 10 Years, Adelita's Way, All American Rejects. Let's see. I got Black Veil Brides, Blink 182. I got Creed. I got Hinder. A Day to Remember. There's Ed Sheeran in here. Fallout
Of
Boy,
course.
Green Day, Godsmack. Yeah, like it. There's Imagine Dragons, Kings of Leon. Like so much Linkin Park. I think I have every Linkin Park song on here.
Well,
Hey man,
honestly,
hybrid
there's
theory is
not
the best.
that many. Like for as heavy as they are, I feel like they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 albums.
Ooh, Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a
Uh,
lot of songs on each of those albums.
I was gonna say, I think it's more. Oh, I don't want to say quantity over quality because that's subjective, but like there was
6 is a
quite a
lot,
bit.
but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like they should have way more out than they do.
I think
But
they
I mean,
should have
fuck,
just
look,
more
because-
songs
I grew up
per
listening to Linkin
album.
Park too. I think
Yeah.
I have that hateful thing that everyone like genuinely does not like hearing anymore. Hybrid Theory was their best album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
that's what I said.
Meteora was good. I didn't dig Minutes to Midnight. Hybrid Theory was the best, and I really didn't even like the reanimation edits of Hybrid Theory. I didn't think that they were better than the original.
Oh,
Hybrid
no.
Theory has my favorite Linkin Park song, so I default to it.
In
Fair.
the end,
I spoke those words. I have to say what it is now, don't I?
Yes.
in the
It is it's My December.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Okay, wasn't expecting
okay.
that.
Yeah.
My December is actually my favorite Linkin Park song.
All right. All right.
I respect it. Look, it doesn't matter
Yeah, I
which
respect it.
it doesn't matter which one you chose off it. You chose from Hybrid Theory. You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah,
I
no,
don't make the
Dollar's
rules.
just
It's how it goes.
Yes. Yeah, Dollar's is correct.
trying to think because my sister also listened to a lot of Linkin Park with me. Because I remember when my sister, um, my oldest sister is 12 years older than me. So when I was in school, she would like been done with school, right?
Right.
So many times because my mom put her on my like list of people that could check me out because in case of emergency, my sister
Right, that
could
makes
come get me.
sense.
Right.
My sister abused that. It was
You love to hear it.
I'm off. It was I'm off work today. I'm gonna go check my brother out of school and we're gonna go gallivant and go to the mall or go catch a movie or just do whatever because I feel like it.
All
So
right,
I
based.
get out of school a lot, which realistically I missed a lot of school because of my health problems I have. Really shouldn't have been missing more, but I wasn't saying no. Who would? To be
Yeah,
fair.
exactly.
And my mom would get aggravated, but it kept happening. She'd never stop it. So yeah, whenever my sister would come get me, like I'd go to school, be there for like one, maybe 2 periods. My sister would come pick me up, and we'd be going doing whatever that day. And it's windows down, volume to the max, Linkin Park, all of this stuff going full blast. I can't remember what her favorite song was. I want to say hers was also on Hybrid Theory. I can't remember what it was.
Paper cut,
I'm
one
bad
step
brother.
closer with you, points of authority, crawling, runaway by myself. In the end,
I want to
a
say
place
it's
for my head.
One
I love
Step-
a place for my head.
Place for My Head's really good. I want to say it was One Step Closer. It was one of the really popular ones I know. I want to say it was One Step Closer. But yeah, I really like Meteor as well, but I think Minutes to Midnight was kind of holds a special place to me as well because that was actually my first ever like CD I bought was Minutes to Midnight.
Ah, fair,
Oh,
fair.
okay, yeah.
I think that's why I like Hybrid Theory so much because that was my first CD. I remember walking down to the Rasputin and picking that out myself.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, I really liked Minutes to Midnight. Was my first CD, and ended up kind of flavoring a color aesthetic I really like a lot of white with like a little bit of black in it, or like streaky, like a streak of black.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Sure.
because of like the cover of Minutes to Midnight, like that whole like color palette of big white canvas or big white like whatever it is with like the streaks of black in it. Um, that just became I just loved that design. I had a backpack like going into my freshman year of high school. That I would still, I guess I do technically still own it. It's buried in my closet, but I would still use it if my father hadn't spilt coffee all over it and stained it.
Oh
Mm.
no.
But it was a like pure white backpack, and it had like this like branching like viney tree design, but it was all like black. Made me think of Minutes to Midnight, and I just loved that backpack. I was like, this looks so cool.
Nice.
Lincoln Park was my jam. I love Lincoln Park.
I think Linkin Park was a lot of people's jam. For good reason, obviously.
True.
Because I'm scrolling down this list here, uh, and seeing more bands and stuff. I did see one that made me think of a question to ask.
Oh,
Either of you guys ever been to see a band in concert, or
A couple of them.
yeah, anybody
sadly
in concert?
not.
You've never been to anything.
No.
Oh, that is
Funny,
unfortunate.
funny enough, I think my first concert was not someone I wanted to go see. He just happened to be there and it was a free concert. And I was a kid out late and didn't have anything else to do. So I went with a friend to go see Shaggy.
Fucking
Yo,
rude.
you got to go see Shaggy. Let's go.
It was like, don't get me wrong, I like Angel and it wasn't me as much as the next guy. I think that was my first concert that was like with a name that people would know. Otherwise, it was a bunch of local talent. Like I like going out and listen to local bands and stuff. I think it's cool. Also,
Oh,
given my
I don't
job.
think.
Yeah.
I don't think Shaggy would be like my first choice either.
No,
fair.
no, not at all. No, no, no. It was just he was
Um,
there. It was the time of year where the island was up all night. So I guess we're going to see a Shaggy concert. Okay, cool.
First one I ever went to was the main act was Daughtry.
Hmm.
My sister took me to it, which probably isn't a surprise. Um,
Not at this point.
but Daughtry was the like leading act at the end. But the opening acts was at the time they were both new bands. One of them, and I ended up getting their first CD at this concert. It was a band called Cavo.
Don't know
I
that
don't
band by name.
I don't think they went very long.
Ah.
Because I do when I like 'cause I added them to this playlist that I have here. And when I added them, there was only like one, maybe two more albums than their first one on there.
Hmm.
I don't know if like the band broke up or they just weren't able to make it very far. I don't know. But I know their performance, I really enjoyed it, and they had a couple songs that I really enjoyed. So I think go give them a listen. It's Cavo, Cavo. I didn't listen to any of their stuff except from that first album. I will recommend Let It Go and Champagne. Both of those were very good. The other band, it was one of two. Um, because they were both newer bands around the same time. It was either Kings of Leon or Theory of a Dead Man. It was one of those two. That was the other opening band. Or maybe I'm getting it wrong entirely, but I'm pretty sure it was one of those two. Because I do know the other band, whatever their name was one that I did hear later on. Like they did keep going for a while. So and those two names were the ones that stood out to me. Jeez, English. And then it was Daughtry was the final act. And that was a good concert. I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
What other concerts did you get to go to?
I've never been to a concert that I wanted to go to. I'm going to be honest with you. The other big concert I went to.
Oh, that's so sad.
The other big concert I went to was for Infected Mushroom.
God.
I will send you some of their stuff. It is not what you expect. That place was loud. Oh my goodness. It was a really good time though. I mean,
Those boys.
I really I don't like being in loud spaces, and most of that comes from I use my ears for everything, so I'm really paranoid about being in positions where I can damage it.
Right.
Even when I was younger, before I did this for a job, this has always been I've been really paranoid about it. But I do like the fucking atmosphere of concerts. It is always electric. So, I have things I can shove in my ears for that. And no, the Infected Mushroom concert was sick as hell. The pit was really cool. And the music was not as good as their recorded stuff, but still really fun.
Okay. I looked this up real quick because it was semi-relevant. Well, not...
Did you look up Infected Mushroom?
No. To what I was saying before. And I want to clarify on something because I don't sound completely stupid. Between Theory of a Dead Man and Kings of Leon, I don't mean they were new at that time. They were new at the same time as each other. Both of those bands started in 1999, technically.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I meant. Kavo was the new band at the time. The other two were both getting popularity around the same time. So I didn't want to sound like a complete idiot. Because I know some music buffs out there will definitely call me on that. Because if I didn't correct myself. So yeah, no, I will say all the concerts I went to, I wanted to go to.
Yeah, no, I kept getting dragged along to stuff.
Because the Daughtry one, I liked Daughtry. And my sister wanted to take me to my first concert. And so she's like, all right, I'll take him to Daughtry. My second concert I ever went to was kind of I want to say it was kind of like I was cheating on this one because we have a local fair that comes every year. And they'll bring in some usually small time musicians to play throughout the week at night. But every now and then they'll get somebody really big. They try to get somebody really big every year, at least one person. And one year they were able to get Skillet. So
Oh, nice.
I heard about that. I got tickets for that night in advance, went with a couple friends, and almost got to meet them. We almost were able to...
How'd you manage that?
We almost... somehow this girl that one of my friends was talking to was working the fair and was almost able to get us there to meet them. So close, but she wasn't able. She was going to be able to get us to meet them. That didn't work out. She was going to be able to get the one friend she was talking to meet them. And we were like, all right, hey, get something signed for us. And he's like, yeah, I got y'all. And then that fell through in the end even. So I was like, dang. But I did get to see Skillet.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I did get to see Skillet in concert because they did put on a full show. It was really good. This was around the same time their Awaken Alive album came out. So
I'm trying to remember the one Skillet song that I know.
Probably Monster?
No, it's not going to be. So I literally only know Skillet for a random
How do I feel?
Final Fantasy AMV.
Creatures like you, looking through the window.
It sounds like it could be Monster. Awake and
No, it's not
Alive,
though.
Monster. Shoot, I'm not remembering any of their songs right now.
No, and I don't blame you because I'm struggling. It's literally the one song that I know, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember its name. Because you've shown me Monster, because we've talked about music. I mean, obviously, we're all friends. We've talked about music before.
Yeah.
Whispers in the Dark?
Whispers in the Dark. Yeah.
Oh.
I used to. I mean, I guess I still do. Wherever all my CDs are, I used to have like every Skillet CD. So I was a really big Skillet fan. So that was a really good one to get.
Holy shit! I've not heard of that band in fucking forever. I almost forgot
for
what
a long, yeah.
But yeah, no. I know. Okay, I know.
They're still doing stuff as of like a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah, they still are.
Damn.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be very wrong on this.
Skillet Whispers in the Dark is.
If I'm not mistaken, like all four of the members, like the main members, have like known each other their entire lives.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I don't know anything about the.
If I'm not mistaken, like
fair.
one of the guys and girls are siblings, actually, I think. But they've all known each other their entire life, I think. I could be wrong about that. I might be thinking of a different band, but I think it was Skillet.
Yeah.
Damn. No, if I got to like choose which bands I would go see.
Bring Me the Horizon and
I would love
So
to have seen.
I'll ask that question in a minute. I just want to say that.
Oh, sure.
The third concert I went to was by and far the best concert and concert experience ever. First off, shout out to my good friend Garrett. You're the best, G. You got us into one of the best concerts ever.
Nice.
So, it was Shinedown, but it had two bands before that. The opening act was POD, which was really good. Unfortunately, we were a little late, so we only caught the tail end of POD, which was fine. The very last song they sang was my favorite song, so I was like, cool, Youth of a Nation. I was like, that was awesome.
That's the one song that I know them for.
And I need to mention this before getting any further. Our seats were in the mosh pit.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
So
I'm not gonna
come on, Dolan.
The second band.
No,
the second band, and the one that my friend Garrett was going for was the second band. Was 3 Days Grace.
Nice.
Oh well, that's the biggest band at that concert. Jesus.
Yeah. So it was Shinedown being opened for by 3 Days Grace being opened for by POD. And it was basically a 3 Days Grace and Shinedown concert being opened for by POD, the way like the timing worked out.
Yeah, that checks out.
Because I think 3 Days Grace had like just as much time as Shinedown did. But that was awesome. And then it was just like rocking out, loving, like they played like almost all of their like biggest songs. And then they were just like, then they pointed out at the mosh pit and they're like, all right, are y'all ready?
Oh my God.
And then he pointed out and he's like, if you got beer, you top it off. And then he was like, heck, if you got a blunt, light it because it's time for a riot. And they went right into Riot.
Yeah.
And I got to enjoy listening to Riot in the mosh pit. And that was a wild and awesome experience. Fun thing after that was I got to listen to like the Shinedown. My friend Garrett was like, all right, 3 Days Grace is done. You want to leave? I'm like, no, we're here. Let's listen to it all. Which was cool, which it worked out because there was a little bit of a pause between 3 Days Grace ending and Shinedown starting. So we went over to like the not, I guess like the souvenir stand or whatever. I don't know what you would call the
just the stands.
Whatever.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And we were looking, and this was right when Shinedown's Amaryllis CD came out. And it was like, you can buy their newest CD, Amaryllis. And if you buy it here right now for a little bit extra,
Where you get a
you
shirt.
get to stay after the concert and get it signed by the band.
Oh, that's
Oh,
crazy.
hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was like, holy crap. And me and him were both like, yeah, and so we each got one.
Nice.
So then we went back in, we listened to Shinedown. Shinedown put on an incredible concert. It even had a moment because my mom really loves the song by who originally sang it? Was it Leonard Skinner originally sang Simple Man? I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Leonard Skinner is right, but there's a song called Simple Man. Shinedown does a cover of it, and they did that song. But the way they did it, it was like, all right, they took a break from the main stage, and then it was like their guitarist and singer, I think it was, came up on a stage like on the other side behind the mosh pit, and he was like, we're gonna just take a moment to relax, and we're gonna just kind of go back in time a little bit. And then he's like, hey, play something. Guy starts playing something, and he's like, whoa, nobody born before the year so and so is gonna recognize that. There's something else. And he did this a few times, and he just kept going up in time. It was like nobody born like before 1980 like this is gonna know this, and then just it was really amusing. It was really fun. It was a lot of jokes, laughter. It was really good. Then they played Simple Man, and I like quickly pulled up my phone, recorded a snippet, and sent it to my mom to be like, hey, guess what they played. But yeah, then that ended. Then afterwards, all the people who got the deal for the thing to sign, we all like lined up, and then Shinedown came down the line and was like signing the CDs. What my favorite thing though, is because the shirt I decided to wear to this was I was with my Diablo 3 shirt I had.
Oh, hell yeah.
So me and my friend Garrett are standing there, and then the drummer comes up and he gets to me, and I hand him the CD, and he looks and he's like, hey, I was up all night playing that last night.
Hell
And I was like, me too.
Yeah.
I was, and then me and
Good
him
people.
just started going back and forth about Diablo until the guy in line behind him, like that was signing from the band, caught up to him, and he's like, dude, what are you doing? Get going. And he's like, oh shoot, my bad. And he handed me back the CD after signing it, and then went back down the line. So I got there and had like a whole conversation with the drummer and Shinedown. I was like, this is so
Nice.
cool.
That's always pretty cool.
Dude is
yeah.
so cool. Dude was like so chill. I really, really loved it. It was really cool getting to chat with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so like that last like concert experience was just awesome in and of itself. But yeah, like Dala, you brought up the good question. If you could go to a concert, who would you pick? Who would you want to go to? And the same question to Nat.
I have a big asterisk on this because like
Oh.
there are concerts I want to go to. They've already happened. I don't actually care to go to concerts now. I'm a crotchety old man. I don't care to go to concerts anymore. I'm not built like that. But there are definitely like things. I
Oh,
would love
disregard that. Like, if you could go to a concert, who would you want to go to? Don't give me the BS
old
excuse.
man,
I'm an
no,
old
this is
man.
my
I can't
point.
do this.
No, my point is like
with headphones
those
on.
moments have passed. Like of the bands I watch, they've shifted members. Like I would
Right.
love to go to a Linkin Park concert, but I don't want to go to one without Chester.
Chester, yeah.
There's like,
Right. I mean, that's my answer. My dream concert to go to was, Linkin Park, but you can't.
yeah, but I can't because
Because
Chester's not there. It's not the same. I would love to go to a
Yeah.
Camelot concert. I would love to go to a Camelot concert, but Roy Khan, the lead singer, is no longer the lead singer there. He's moved on, and I'm not as keen on the new guy. Like I could go to a Silk Sonic concert. Fucking love Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars. That would work. But like a lot of the stuff that I would want to have gone, I would love to go to has passed. Like I would have killed to have been at the Super Bowl where Prince did the halftime show, because holy shit, one of the best performances I've ever seen live.
Okay.
And in general, I
fair.
I'm gonna be honest, I would prefer to go to like a rock show than like a hip hop or an R&B show, because I like hip hop and R&B sounds better in the booth, in my opinion. And there's something
I
raw
agree with
about
that.
like, again with Camelot, I would love to have been at the show in Oslo because it was fucking amazing. And they sound better live than they do on their studio recordings.
That's fair.
That's the BS answer you're getting from me. Unfortunately, my time apparently has passed. I guess I would like to go to like a Shimamura or a Silken concert now that I'm an old man and would genuinely just like to have my video game music played to me by a
Dude,
big
I
big
would
band.
love to go to what is it? Distant Worlds?
Yeah.
Distant Worlds would be grand.
I would
Distant
love to go
Worlds
to
would
Distant
be
Worlds.
grand. But that feels like such a weird thing because it's so different to consider those concerts when I put them up against like Jay-Z, fucking Taylor Swift. Like if we feel like we're talking about two different types of things. Like the Distant
that's
Worlds
fair.
Distant Worlds feels a whole lot more approachable than Taylor Swift's Era tour, where fucking people were creating enough noise for it to register as an earthquake
Jesus.
in like a half a mile radius.
Jeez.
I mean,
So yeah,
that could
my
be...
answer, fucking Linkin Park, what, 15 years ago, 20 years ago?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
god,
fair.
it couldn't
We
be 20 years
could-
ago, could it? Oh god, it could.
No, it's not that long ago.
Oh, thank god.
What about you now? What's your pick if you could go to any concert?
Bring Me the Horizon, Motionless in White, and Slipknot.
Fuck, Slipknot's fucking concerts go hard.
Yeah, they do.
Holy shit.
I want to say my brother-in-law's been to a Slipknot concert.
Oh, lucky.
They look, that mosh pit looks fucking brutal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't sign myself up for that. I couldn't
come
sign
on.
myself up for an accidental ass beating. It's not in me.
So that's what's gonna happen.
I'll say like I'm right there with Dalit on the Linkin Park. I'd love to go to that one, but they're not. Without Chester, it's not Linkin Park.
Yeah.
It's just
Like
not
it's
the
not the full
same.
group.
It really is.
It's not the same. Do you have another one you wanted to add in there now?
Those are the three at the very top of my head. Yeah, it's just those three at the top of my head. I don't think I can think of
Yeah.
anyone else as of right now.
If I had to pick ones myself, like I said, can't pick Linkin Park because it's not complete without Chester. I really would like to see Thousand Foot Crutch in concert. Because I really like Thousand Foot Crutch, and I'm pretty sure they're still together. And I don't know if they're still doing music, but I think they're still together, so it's not impossible. I would like to see Fall Out Boy, and say what you will, I would like to see Imagine Dragons in concert too.
that name has been forever cursed in my mind.
Oh god, I almost died. There are a couple songs from Imagine Dragons that I dig, but in general, they're not for me.
So I actually found Imagine Dragons probably like in the strangest way. I don't think it's an uncommon way,
Find it via
but I think it might be the
Arcane?
strangest way.
No, that's too
It's not
common.
Arcane. It was through their song Radioactive.
From Lindsay Ellis?
No. There was a video game that came out. Spoiler alert, the game did not do well.
Unlucky.
But
I
the
hear it.
game came out with a TV show based on the game at the exact same time.
What the fuck?
Like, the first episode of the show was the same day the game came out.
Right.
Not Scarlet Nexus, that's too recent.
It was called Defiance.
That had a video game?
That had a video game.
Oh.
It was technically supposed to be based off of that video game, but they came out at the same time. They're supposed to go like hand in hand or something like that. Not so much be based off of it. But that song or that show had Imagine Dragons Radioactive as I think like the opening song for it or whatever.
Okay.
Or it was the song they used in the commercial leading up for it. I know this because I worked at GameStop at the time. And yeah, that's the first time I heard that song. And them. and I really liked that song, and so I've
Yeah.
liked them since it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, sometimes it takes a video game to be like, hey, I like this band.
We've actually been dancing around video games quite a lot. Like, it's come up a couple of times, but
I think let's make that a part 2. That can be video game music.
sure.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, because like you said, we've been just talking about music in general and dancing around it, not necessarily intentionally, but we just kind of been talking about music.
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
but we might as well get the real life stuff out of the way before we go into the talents behind video game music.
Yeah, I'm sure we can talk more about the real life stuff than we have here as
Oh,
well.
absolutely.
But I do have a question.
Mhm.
Go on then.
Like we'll end the episode on this question. So do you have, let's say like me, you have this Spotify playlist, right? What do you think, and who is potentially like the one musician you have on this list that you think you'll get judged the hardest for having on your list?
Wait, what?
Okay, no, I see what you're saying. I would have to make one.
Yeah.
Because the honest answer to that is probably it's going to be probably like Uematsu, not because there's anything wrong with Uematsu, but because he's going to be surrounded by a bunch of like pop
Rap,
music,
jazz,
not pop music, but like
yeah.
mainstream
Yeah.
music. And I know this is the case because that was high school. I had Jay-Z, I had Kanye West,
Mm-hmm.
I had Linkin Park, I had all of these music, and then there would be the various Distant Worlds and Black Mage's music,
Yeah.
and it would seem weird. And whenever anyone was listening to my music, it would be like, dude, like I kind of dig your music, but every now and again you just have all this random classical music. I'd be like, classical? I don't have any classical music on that playlist. Like, yeah, all this big like the shit with the orchestras and shit.
The fucking
You mean my Final
weeaboo
Fantasy
shit.
music?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I assume that would probably just happen again. Only maybe not Uematsu, maybe like Soken now would get it. Maybe it would still be like Shimamura. Like these are the oddities on my list because of the other names that are on it. Let's be real here. It's going to be the fact that I listen to Taylor Swift. I do.
There it is.
I do not listen to Taylor Swift.
Nope. He said it. You all heard it. He's got Taylor Swift on that list.
No, because I honestly, I'll eat her alive. I do not understand why she's popular. I've never understood why she's popular. She's a fine singer. I just don't think that she sings about anything worth listening.
He's a Swiftie. He's one of the people that caused the earthquake. Or created the earthquake via sound waves.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, look,
So
Philip DeFranco lets me know this news. He's a Swiftie. He'll admit to it. I am not. I genuinely do not. I have never gotten her popularity.
okay. So now that Dalet's answered, do you have kind of an idea of what I'm asking that?
I think so. And I would. I don't really have an answer because fuck. If I was showing my playlist off to an absolute fucking normie, it would be the exact same answer, dollar per se.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But because I surround myself with gamers and anime enjoyers and all that shit,
All right,
right?
fair.
It's like none of my music seems out of place, even the metal ones. So, again, if I was showing my playlist to normies, it would be the Japanese music.
You don't have like a random out of place, like you don't strike me as a big
actually, no,
hip-hop person.
You know what? Nightcore. Yep.
Yeah, that would do it.
Because I'm I'm someone who unironically listens to every time we touch. But the Nightcore version.
Man, I haven't heard that song in an age. I haven't heard that song in an age. And then you can also
Or
do
an angel
it.
like
Goes
Short
into
Dawn.
my every time we touch. I feel it.
Yeah, like
This
unironically.
fucking whiplash that just happened in my head. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, you'll be listening to like fucking Bring Me the Horizon or Motionless in White, and then all of a sudden it's just fucking Nightcore shit. That
Oh,
would be my
man.
answer.
Well,
Nightcore.
That's
Yeah,
great.
no, that's
great.
fair.
Yeah.
That would turn
Okay,
that would turn some heads for sure.
I completely forgot about that until now. I'm like, yep. Yeah. That's my answer.
Okay, that's fair. I think if I'm gonna answer the one question, there's a lot of things I could list. To be fair, that would give me like an eyebrow raise. Be like, really? So I'll do two. Though one of them is like 2 in 1. My first one is Nickelback. I remember.
That'll get you judged pretty harshly.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that one has always been one that people kind of be like, really?
Look at this
Like
graph.
you unironically listen to Nickelback, and I'm like, yes, I unironically listen to Nickelback.
At least I got a chuckle out of
Especially if you get the what is it? The Santana song featuring Chad Kroeger from Nickelback.
Right.
Like that song's great.
Something here.
That's Dance into the Night or something like that.
Dance Tonight. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of things on this list that I could bring up. I said some of them earlier when I was listing off bands, but the one I'm going to mention here that will definitely raise some eyebrows is I have both NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Nah, fucking Backstreet Boys is good.
Wait, hold on. All right, unexpected. What NSYNC and Backstreet Boys songs stand out to you as like unironically?
Everybody, Backstreet's Back.
All right.
Yep. I Want It That Way, also by Backstreet Boys.
Oh, I Want It That Way is fucking good.
Okay, so yeah, no, like you just in general, their flow agreed with you.
Yeah, and then the NSYNC one that I have on here that really stands out. Wait, where the heck did my NSYNC go? Oh, Bye Bye Bye.
Of course.
And It's Gonna Be Me.
It's gonna be May. I only ever remember that song because May 1st gets you about 1 billion Timberlake gifts with that happening.
I just know for those two in particular, it's because I grew up watching Disney Channel like a lot of people in the States did.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
And one of the shows that would always come on was what's it called? Hilary Duff.
I was gonna say Hilary Duff or Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
Was the show
like
called
the-
Hilary
yeah,
Duff, or is that the girl's name?
Both.
That's the actress.
It's both.
Is it both?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Okay.
sure it's both.
I don't fucking remember.
It's something like that. I don't remember. In that show, was what's his name? Aaron Carter. And like he came on that show for like a special or whatever, and he sang a song on there, and I really liked the song. I really liked the sound of it.
Isn't he not a part of either of those bands?
He's not a part of either of those bands.
Oh, okay, cool. I just
Yeah. No,
wasn't
I'm
sure.
going somewhere with it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. And I enjoyed his song there, and I was like, all right, cool. I like Aaron Carter, I guess. But it's like the same genre as NSYNC and Backstreet
Right.
Boys. The like
boy band music.
the-
Fair.
Boy
fair.
band, yeah.
the 90s boy band music.
Mhm.
So you search up Aaron Carter, you get NSYNC and Backstreet Boys as well because they're similar music.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
And so I found them at the same time, and I enjoyed them at the same time because for some reason, like this was young me in the 90s, like really young me liked boy band music, I guess.
Hey,
I don't know.
it's
Can
good
I
shit.
just okay, Nat,
What?
thought
What?
experiment.
What?
Thought experiment. We know what Matthew looks like.
Yes.
I need you to picture him with an open button-down white shirt, white slacks, and like the most Kmart ass black shoes with frosted tips. I get that
still have the
he's
orange
a
hair?
redhead, but
Yeah, I was
frosted
gonna say,
tips
does he-
anyway. He's still red. He's still red.
Still red with frosted tips.
Jesus. I can see him pull it off.
Oh my god.
Yep. To anyone else who knows what Matt
Nat,
looks
have
like,
you-
this is now in your head as well.
Oh.
I curse you with this.
Oh, it's in my own head, bruh.
I curse you with this.
Because I know what I look like.
Matt,
You
once we stop recording, you're gonna have to play Backstreet Boys.
Oh.
What? Nat, do you actually know what I look like with short hair? Have you seen me with short hair?
I want to say yes, but I could be wrong.
Okay, because I know Dalit has. Because when we met up in Vegas, I had short hair at the time.
Mhm.
Right.
But I was like, I can't remember if you've seen me with short hair. So, because I was like, are you picturing my long hair with frosted?
I think I am picturing
No.
I think I am picturing him with long hair with frosted tips, which is
I don't even know how that works, but
yeah.
It basically, it's like the top of the hair has the frosted tips, and the back is kind of like a mullet. It doesn't look great, that's for sure.
Jesus.
no, it sounds cursed.
Good lord.
Oh
Why?
no.
Why would you do that, Dalit? Why would you? Obviously, not everybody who listens to this knows what I look like, but now everybody that does, who knows what I look like, you're ending this on this for them.
Oh.
Everyone
Oh
just
my
cringed
goodness!
to
Because I told
oblivion.
you by the end of this I was going to bury you, and apparently I'm a man of my word.
Hey.
you just waited till the end to
Yeah.
just throw it
We've
in
come
there.
full
Yeah, there we
circle,
go.
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you know what's worse is I make the joke about us one day doing a cam episode.
Do
where
it,
we're all
do
on
it.
camera.
Yeah, then
Dress
everyone will
up
know.
Backstreet
And then,
Boys,
and then
frosted tips.
everyone knows. Now everybody's going to come back to this episode and have the same nightmare vision.
Do it.
that you just,
It's so funny.
why would you do that?
Oh, because I'm evil.
Oh, well, listeners, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. That's just it. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you still want to stick around and see what else we do in future episodes, after Dalit just did that to you, you can follow us on Twitter at Celestia Radio PD. You can send us your thoughts, your questions, topic ideas with the hashtag AskCRP. For the love of God, if any of you are artists, don't draw me in
Do
this,
it. It'd
and
be
please
so
don't
funny.
curse the internet with that image.
Would be your new PNG VTuber, Matt.
Yes, ring it.
Yeah.
Oh God, no. No, I'm ending this episode now before it gets worse. I love all of you. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Be good.
Bye, everyone. Take care.